Hello folks, I've been nominated by Nora to do the Allotment Challenge Part 2. I didn't even know there was another one going round, so if you've already done this, please put your YouTube channel in the comments so I can go and have a look. Okay, so let's crack on. Oh, hang on, let's have a cup of tea. Oh, you can see all my wine, can't you? And brandy liqueur at the back here. Got 7 gallons here. Right, anyway, let's crack on. Question 1. What aspect do you like most about the allotment? Very difficult one, this. So I'm gonna answer it in 3. The location. Although it's not at my doorstep, it's 2.5 miles away. I do like the I just like the location. It's quiet, it's tucked away, it's lovely. The social contact, I love going up there and chatting to people. It's not so much this time of the year. I tend to go in the afternoon. I don't see people at the moment. But normally it's kind of come January, February time, every day there's a select group who are up there all day long. And also I like it to go up there to get some solitude, because you can imagine I do caring for my parents, and I don't really have a great social life other than the internet, so getting down there can sometimes it acts as both, you know, I could get the social life, but I also get an escape where I can just get some quietness without, you know, can you do this, can you do that, you know, constantly all day. Okay, so that's answered that. Right, question 2. What thing would you most like to add to your allotment? Well, more land, more potatoes, and more polytunnels. Obviously I'm running out of space on what I'd want to do. My allotment's a bit different to many in that I do like to grow flowers. To me, the flowers make me more cheerful. They bring in the wildlife into the plot. You're not only going to get things like bees and insects and that, but they're also going to attract the mammals and that what feed on those as well. So it helps all the way around. Obviously potatoes is our main crop, main vegetable I'd say, and at the moment what I grew this year only lasted for, what was it, about, I don't know where, it was 4 or 5 weeks. We get through a lot. We need £56 per month of potatoes, a big sack we get through every month. And my land, because it's set out for flowers and fruit, just can't accommodate that. Although, having said that, this year I'm going to be I've been asked to take part in the competition, and I'm going to be growing them in 35 litre pots. And obviously the polytunnels, you can never have enough space in a polytunnel. And I know I tend to use mine more as a greenhouse for sowing seeds and bringing on seedlings. But there's just not enough space for what I like to do. Admittedly, I say this every year, I grow far too much, but the thing is I enjoy growing it, and I suppose at the end of it I should, if I can't get rid of it, I need to compost it straight away. I mean, for instance, this year I've got loads of foxgloves still left. I just couldn't get the heart to put them on the compost bin. Right, Question 3. What do you dislike about your allotment? I don't really... the only thing I dislike about my particular plot is the moles. Got a lot of moles and they seem to like my plot, so my path, my lawn, it is being chewed up by moles all the time. It's a right pain. I cannot keep my path even because the moles are burying, doing a channel underneath, and sometimes when you walk you sink in. Right, question 4. What is the least favourite task on the allotment? I think it has to be weeding during the winter wet period. For instance, like today I've been up and, well actually, I've said I didn't actually get to do the weeding outside. It was too wet, it was raining. And I can't take the chance in getting wet through and that and catching a cold and that when I'm looking after my parents. So I would say it's that. Question 5. What is your favourite task on the allotment? I think it's got to be picking fruit. That always brings a lot of smiles and joy to me. You know, because obviously I've got raspberries, loganberries, strawberries, rhubarb, and then I've got the plums, apples, pears, gooseberries, and it goes on. So yeah, I think it has to be that. I mean, there's a lot. It's hard to distinguish between all the different things what you like, but I'm going to say that. Right, question 6. How much time do you spend on the allotment per week? Right, I would say from January, February time up until September, 20 hours plus a week. It tends to be done in 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon, and then occasionally I'll have to do some if we're having a quick meal, because I cook in the morning. If we're having a quick meal or we're going out or something, then I can manage to get up in the morning maybe for an hour or so. It just depends on really on the parents, whether they're ill or you know how they are. Question 7. What is your best ever purchase for the allotment? Oh, this is a difficult one. It's going to be out of 3 and I'm not sure which one to put first, so I'll just tell you. It's either going to be the shed, the truck, what I use to carry the water, because I'll put 9 buckets of water from the trough, which is what is it, to the middle of my plot. It's 150 feet, so that's a 300 feet round trip, and I might have to do that 3 times a day. So previous to that I was doing 15 trips carrying the watering cans, so that's cut down a lot. And obviously the polytunnels, because they bring a lot of joy to me. Question 8. What was the best ever yield? Oh, it's another difficult one. I've had 130 pound of strawberries one year. I've had 300 sticks of rhubarb. That was this year. I've also had 35 pound of raspberries and 35 pound of loganberries this year, so that they were all good. So I class those as great. Question 9. What do you do when you are not gardening? Occupation. Right. Full-time carer for parents. Part-time computer support and web design. But I don't get much of that coming through because I have little social contact with anyone, and you know, although I've got websites and what have you, I just haven't got the social circle to bring in fresh work. and basically advertising is just too expensive now. So that's basically what. Oh, and also, well, that's what I do. But I mean, it depends what you call working in that occupation. I do painting. You know, I'm an artist, but I don't really sell anything. So yeah, I'm working on them. But do you class that as work if you're not bringing a salary? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. I have got pages for all this, folks. The links are on the YouTube channel. They're on my Facebook, and if you want to have a look at my art, I've got some on eBay. Just type in Julie Drake artist as one word, and it should come up. Question 10. Other than gardening, what other hobbies do you have? Right, well, art, photography, hiking, home brewing, bird watching, they're all to name just a few. I used to enjoy travel and youth hosteling. I've been to Australia half a dozen times, and Canada, and then I used to go, they were all on my own, and then I used to go skiing on my own as well. Been Austria, Italy, Scotland. So I think three different places in Austria, Italy once, and twice Scotland. But unfortunately, no money these days, so I can't afford any of those things. Can't afford really a great deal of the hiking either, unless it's local. So I really miss it. I used to love going. I spent many years when I was in the printing trade, and there was certain years. I mean, there were certain years where I hardly had a day off, but there was other years when I did, and I used to go youth hosteling at the weekends, and you know, I'd go everywhere. You know, in a weekend, leave Friday, and I might go down to Cornwall, Devon, you know, Dartmoor, Exmoor, Bodmin. Then I might be up Yorkshire Dales, Lake District, Peak District, over to Wales, up to Hadrian's Wall, Yorkshire Moors, you know, everywhere. I've done the Three Peaks in Yorkshire, and yeah, had many a happier time when I could afford it. Missed those days. And doubt if it'll ever come back unless there's a lottery win, or some money comes my way in some other form, or I don't know. Right, so who do I want to nominate? I think I'm going to nominate Aaron's Allotment. It's number 1. Diggerdooley for number 2. Jane Kelly for number 3. And Nirvana Allotment Horticultural Gardening Channel for number 4. I didn't know how many we were meant to nominate, so I've just chose 4 today. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that, folks. I'm now going to do, let's see what the time is, I'm going to do a magazine review. Okay, bye for now.